Everyone, it is Sunday. It is Monday. Here with our sales from Sunday and Saturday afternoon. Actually, kind of a slow weekend as far as number of sales. Our sales volume probably a little on the lower side, but still not horrible. Looks like we got 24 orders going out, but one's a leftover, so technically 23 because I did not package up the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle that I showed on Saturday. So to get started with, we just sold this morning, so this made a really nice sale. It's an Igloo backpack cooler, brand new with the tags. I had multi-quantity of these. I picked up like 4 of these for $20, I want to say 20 or 25, maybe 30, I don't know, I forget. But anyway, this one sold for $40 plus shipping, obviously. So I already sold one. Well, I guess I only got 3 of them because I sold this one. I already sold one and I got one left. So anyway, I'm in the profit anyway. After the first one sold, I made $10 off of. So this one's 100% profit at this point. Some more of the movie stuff sold from the movie lot. This is Vamp. This is a set here. So this is like the little one sheet, like an 8x10, and then like a little booklet here sold. This is probably the coolest piece here. It's like a little Visa card. I'm not very familiar with this movie. I do not remember watching it. It is from the 80s. It is starring Grace Jones, who's a singer, model. She did a couple other movies, I think, maybe Boomerang, I think is the one that if I remember correctly, she was a part of. But anyway, this little press packet and promo item all sold for $49.99. Let's see. Then we go to the biggest sale of the weekend. This is a little pocket calendar from 1966. Why did I put the Philippines? SO Standard Fertilizer. Oh, because it does say Filipinas in the back. Okay, I didn't realize that. I thought it was an abbreviation for Philadelphia. But apparently it was. But I was like, well, my shit says Philippines. But yeah, if you look at the back, it says Philippines. This sold for a whole whopping $4.12, and it's been listed for a very long time because it was listed in an old inventory code that I haven't used in probably 2 years. So it took me a minute to track down where it was located. So I probably wasted all my time searching for it than what was end up being worth. But it was actually in the same bin as this piece, so actually I got kind of lucky. I was 2 items in the same spot. But this is another big weekend sale, another long-tailed item. So that's why I delist and lower my prices, because it ends up, I think I just lowered both of those probably in the last couple weeks. This sold as a window decal from 1998 or something, I want to say. Of Terry Labonte. I have Bobby and Terry, so I almost pulled the wrong one. But I did double check. This is Terry. This sold for a whopping $2.95. So both of these items, people paid more for shipping than they did for the actual item itself. And then here we go. Another big money item from the weekend. If I can uncover it here because I've buried it. Bakakua. It's like a samurai western movie starring Josh Hartnett before he quit the movie industry, but then he came back here just recently in the last 2 years. It is sealed. Also, Woody Harrelson's in it. Actually, it sounds like this might be a fun movie to watch. Maybe I need to try and see if it's out there for streaming. Probably not, though. Somebody's buying it off of me. That sold for a whopping $3.83. I remember I bought that. It came in a whole bunch of new sealed Blu-rays that I got at like a yard sale for like $10 for the stack or whatever. Then we got the very best of the champs. Tequila! Dun, 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 dun. Tequila! Apparently they've got 24 popular songs, but that's the only song I know. That sold for $5.39. Then I took an offer on some Polly Pocket stuff, a lot of accessories, and I think there was like 4 little Polly Pocket dolls. This is like the modern Polly Pocket, not vintage Polly Pocket. Or I shouldn't say, I guess technically it is vintage because it is Y2K, early 2000s, but it's not the stuff from the 90s that everybody pays up a bunch of money for. Had that listed for a long time. I think I had it at $16. Somebody's like, send me an offer at $13 and I'll take it. I thought about telling them I'd meet you in the middle at $14, trying to see if I could squeeze another $1 out of them, but I was like, it's been sitting there a long time. This takes up a pretty significant amount of space. Just get it gone. Everything else is pretty decent money. This is a CD set. This is the BBC sessions of this Cocteau Twins or something like that. They play some kind of like electronica music, I think, or something like that. It sold for $19.99. And then another person took advantage of my buy one, get one 50% off. They bought a copy of NL Distribution Sampler CD. I do not know any of these groups in here at all. Quarterback, Hurricane, Sugar Rack, Dare. No clue who that is. And then the Intimate Singles Collection, which is another collection of a bunch of other bands I've never even heard of. Lightfoot, Dylan. Oh no, there's Bob Dylan in there. Anywho, but they got both of those CDs for a whopping $9.70. Then I sold a memory card. This is a PlayStation 1 memory card holder with one memory card in it, I believe. But it can hold up to 4 memory cards in total. I already have a couple of these. I didn't need another one, so I listed this one for sale for $8.99. It's not a PlayStation Sony branded one. So off-brand, third party is the word I was looking for. Third-party memory cards don't really sell for a lot of money. First party don't sell for a lot of money either. Memory cards are just not that much. This is like a little Mark's Train tower looking thing. Litho on 10 litho. This control tower, I think is what you call it, sold for $12.99. A whole bunch of old road maps. I was going to list these all individually because I have sold them before, but it is so time consuming and such a slow sale that when I got this lot, I just decided to go ahead and sell them all. They're ranging from the 1940s to the 1960s. You get these at your gas stations back in the day. And this particular stack ended up selling for $17.99, and I think it's been listed for probably about 6 months or so, because I think I probably just dropped the price on it. I had them a lot longer, but they were sitting there forever until I finally listed them. This is a really good CD, My Bloody Valentine. Any of their CDs you should pick up because they sell for a decent amount of money. I got $30. This is like a Rarities Volume 2. I think that's the second time I've sold that CD too. That's how I knew to pick them up whenever I see them just because of how well the last one sold for. Another movie thing. This is a one sheet 8x10, a Runaway, Tom Selleck. I think this was the one where there was like robots back in the day. The robots come alive. That sold for, I think, $9. Yeah, $9.39. So I must have sent them an offer. A license plate, Florida, Polk County, expired tag of 1990. Sold for $10.53. Probably one of the cleaner tags I've had in a while. Let's see, a Lamborghini. Sold my Lamborghini, baby blue and yellow. Oh, such ugly colors. I do not like powder baby blue. This sold for $17.99. I remember the estate sale I got that from. I got that with about 3 or 4 other plastic toys. I think I paid like $5 for all 3 of them I got. Another CD here, Sade. Promises. Best value, sold for $5.63. Sold a video game. This is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Bloodstone. A very, very rough label. Arcade 80s. Somebody got this from the Arcade 80s. I think I got this from an auction lot. This sold for $47.69, even with that really gnarly label. I must have just dropped the price on this one because I remember picking this up in the $2, somebody's like dollar DVD bin, Def Jam Vendetta for PlayStation 2. I ended up telling the guys like, hey, this is not a dollar DVD. And then he ended up being like very thankful of them. And I think I paid him $20 for it or whatever. So I did pay up for it, but I didn't pay anywhere near what it sold for, which was $70.49. This is probably about to drop in price because they did just announce that they are doing a remake of the Def Jam games, or it could cause it to spike up. Generally there's going to be a drop whenever a remake gets put out like that, but they just announced it, so maybe even why it sold for me is because it was in the news. Somebody's like, oh, I need to go up and snatch all these games up while there's a big hype for it. Maybe he'll mark it up on Amazon or something. Because I'm sure that was close to, a couple of them are close to $100. I don't remember. I think I had that one listed at 70, 75. It's hard to tell. I don't remember. Anyway, then I sold Led Zeppelin 2. This is part of a 4-disc collection. This is just discs. I only had 2 of the 4 discs. So I decided to go ahead and list them separately, and in case somebody needs to replace them. So this sold for $5.99. So somebody definitely needed it to fill out their collection, or they just like the songs that are on that particular disc. Haven't sold one of these in a hot minute. Another one of these architectural digests. I think I'm down to about 20 of these left. Our price now is down to $9.47 on these magazines. Like I said, we only had a quarter into each one of them, so we've done probably $1,000. Probably not $1,000, but I bet you we've done close to $500 in the sales of those magazines. I'm down to 1 box, less than 1 box now. Of course, I stacked everything on top of this next item because it is a large item that I had just picked up at the thrift store the last time me and Jen went to the thrift store. And it is Mall Madness. This is the 2004 version. Kids today probably don't even know what Mall Madness is because there ain't no malls around for them to enjoy. But I picked that up for, I want to say like $5 at the thrift shop. Maybe $7, because that thrift store is a little bit more of a more expensive thrift shop. but that ended up selling for $30, which I'm like, I wouldn't have picked it up because I thought it was worth a lot more than 30. But that's what you get whenever you don't comp things in. That store does not have a very good phone reception for being able to look up the items. I think they did that on purpose. They probably got like a blocker so you can't look stuff up. I joke, they probably don't. It's just a very bad part of town. This is 7-Eleven, brand new in the box. Tetris game inside of a Slurpee cup. This was a promo item from 7-Eleven. Slurpee X Tetris. I don't know if they had to mail this off or if they actually had this in the stores. I don't remember. But Jen got that at the auction. I think she paid like $5 for it. Ended up selling for $26.99. Was worth a lot more, I want to think. But then the market got saturated and really caused the price to drop. So I guess they didn't sell as many as I thought they would do. Alright, but that's everything I've got to get out there today. So keep hustling, everyone.